This conference will now be recorded.
Wow. How do I get the camera on?
Sorry, who's asking that?
I am asking, how do I get my camera on? It's Rochelle's mom.
Oh, okay. Did you hit the link, Terry?
No, I didn't.
Oh, so did you just call in using your phone?
Yep.
Okay. So let me do something real quick for you. What I'll do is I'll send you the direct meeting link, and then if you just hit that link, you should be able to access it and then have access to your camera. Does that work?
Okay, I'll try it.
Okay, I believe in you. Okay. We'll just take a quick pause and I'll send you this link now, okay, Terry?
Okay.
Do you mind sharing your number? Because I only have Rochelle's number.
It's 406
Okay.
560
Okay.
3937.
3937. Okay. Great. I will send you that.
And am I going to have to call back in?
Yes, you'll have to.
Okay. All right.
Okay, let me just
Thank
find
you.
this. Yeah, of course, no problem. I'll send this to you right now, and then you'll just hit the hyperlink, and then it should take you to where you need to go. All right?
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Alrighty. Bear with me, everyone. We're gonna get this tackled. Let's see here. Gotta love technology when you need it.
So have you shared like your email stuff here or something? That's what I have on my screen.
I have the
Good
PowerPoint
afternoon,
selection.
PowerPoint. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's a coming. Thanks.
We're supposed to look. Okay.
There we go.
Do you have my email?
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Terry, I mean, I could send it to your email if that works easier for you.
No, you can send it to my phone.
Okay. So I'm just trying to find that meeting link now. So.
Okay.
And then I'll be sure to send it to you. So yeah, so you just hit this meeting link, Terry, and then it should ask all these questions like, do you get permission for GoToMeeting to have access to your phone, and then you just hit yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sending it over now. Thanks everyone for your patience. 3937. Okay. Okay, so I just sent it over, and then you'll hit the first hyperlink that you see. So the HTTPS global GoToMeeting.
Okay.
Okay, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see you back here in a few seconds, all right? Did you get it, Terry?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great. So I think you'll have to hang up in order to access.
But I don't have my Apple ID because it's under treeblock@bresnan.net.
Okay. Okay, so unfortunately, you two might just have to stay on the call today as callers and then watch the recording to see the presentation. But then on Monday, we can really take the time to go through the technology to make sure that you ladies are prepared for the next meeting, if that's all right.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Oh, I'm sorry I tried.
Me too.
much for being willing. I know technology is super stressful and not fun all the time. So I appreciate you trying. That's great. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Welcome to the first lesson of Introduction to Athlete Leadership. Happy almost Halloween. I had to wear my pumpkin earrings here. The first night we actually had some athletes dress up, and we had a lot of superheroes this year. So we had Superman and I guess villain Venom and a kangaroo and a banker. So that was super fun, and it's always fun just to get everyone together, especially during these COVID times. But anyways, we have combined our Athlete Input Council and Development Messengers so we can provide a solid foundation of training for you all. So we're super excited that you've committed to becoming an athlete leader, and we're going to provide you with information on athlete leadership and Special Olympics. Also a reminder, please fill out that participant workbook or take notes as you go. I know Rochelle already started taking notes and started jotting down some ideas, so great job, Rochelle.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. So
you're welcome.
So let's go ahead and get started here. So just
sorry,
brief.
Nancy. I'm sorry. What workbook?
So I mailed something in the mail last Thursday, but I know the mail has been slow, so you might have not gotten it. But I did send out another email yesterday in case you wanted to review it or print it out yourselves if you have a printer.
Okay.
So did you say you didn't get it, Kathy?
Oh, I probably did. Maybe it's in my email, I guess, and haven't seen it. It's something we're supposed to fill out?
So it's just I just thought it would be good for our athletes to have a visual or something to review beforehand, just so they knew what was going to happen during the training. So I just printed a small version of the workbook and just mailed them out last week, just in case someone wanted the visual of that. So you hopefully should have gotten it in the mail, but if not, I did send a digital copy yesterday to emails.
Okay, we got it like 2 pages front and back.
Yes.
Introduction to Athlete Leadership. That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. Yep. Woohoo. That's great.
Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. It's a learning process here, so I don't mind at all. Okay, so the module overview, we're just going to discuss the Special Olympics mission, learn the basic concepts and guiding principles of athlete leadership, identify athlete leadership roles that might interest you. You're going to eventually write a personal mission statement and then create an action plan for your next steps towards athlete leadership. So there's a lot of fun things ahead of us for all of us. But first, we have to go through introductions here. So the first person I see on my screen is Danny. So would you like to say your name, your mentor's name, if you have a mentor with you in the room, and then the area you're from, and then something you've learned from being part of Special Olympics?
My name is Danny Dorman. My mentor's name is Terry Sifke. We are from the Glacier area, and I compete in basketball, skiing, summer games, and the Holiday Bowl up here.
That's awesome. So what's something that you've learned from being a part of Special Olympics, Danny?
To be a good sportsmanship person after the competitions.
That's a super important lesson. I love that. Thanks for sharing, and thanks for being the first one to take the lead. Alrighty, I actually see Kathy in my screen next, so if you want to just go ahead and introduce yourself and then your athlete's name.
Yeah, okay. I'm Kathy, and I'm a mentor. And the athlete is my daughter, Ellen, who's still at work. She should be getting home here soon. And let's see, we're in Helena, and she does basketball, track, and bowling and swimming. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's great to have you, and we're gonna look forward to what Ellen has to share once she's back from work. So thanks again for being here. And then the next one on my screen I see is Susanna. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Susanna.
Hi, I'm Susanna. I'm the outreach coordinator for the Great Falls CMR area. And one of the things I've learned working with Special Olympics is just how much really goes into this whole process. I never knew from being on the outside how big of a organization it was. So it's actually pretty mind-blowing, but it's really interesting and I've enjoyed my time so far. So thank you for having me.
Of course, thanks for being here, Susanna. And then I see Skylar on the screen. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Skylar.
My name is Skylar.
Who's your mentor?
My mom is my mom, Peggy,
Is my mentor.
is mentor.
Woohoo! Thanks, Skylar and Peggy. And is there something you've learned from being a part of Special Olympics, Skylar?
Friends, make new friends.
Making new friends.
Practice hard.
Those are great lessons.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And welcome you too. Okay, now I see Rochelle and Terry. Go ahead, Rochelle, take it away.
Hi, my name is Rochelle Tyvand, and I work hard at Special Olympics, and I love law enforcement, and I do swimming, bowling, basketball, softball, throw, and it brings a lot of people. Softball throw. I have gained kindness.
You've learned kindness. Oh, I love that. That's a great one. Thanks, Rochelle,
Yep.
and thanks you two for being here. And then we have Tom and Dick. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hello, this is Thomas Dorman. I'm with the Wild White Hornets, and my sports are track and bocce and basketball.
Love it. And then something you've learned from being part of Special Olympics.
Being a athlete with a unified partner.
That would be a great thing to learn. I'm sure you've learned a lot with being on a unified team. That's awesome. Well, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name's Nancy Enderkoffler. I'm an outreach director based out of Helena, Montana, and I've been with Special Olympics for a year as we just moved from Pennsylvania last year. It's been a very great and humbling experience just being a part of this mission. And like Susanna said, it's kind of mind-blowing how large an organization it is, but it's a true honor to work with you all and actually have this athlete leadership program take off finally and spend more time with athletes. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get through this PowerPoint together. But before we do, I think it's important to go over some expectations. And so we all want to get the most out of our time together. So let's just review the guidelines that'll help us create a safe learning space for everyone. So for our athletes and our athlete leaders, we expect you to be respectful of the person speaking, just engage in the class so you'll have opportunities to share your ideas and participate in activities and just plan your athlete leadership path. Ask questions. So if you have any questions at any point, please go ahead and use this chat bar that should be on top of the GoToMeeting form. And it looks like a little word bubble, and you can enter questions there if you want, or you can just say, hey, Nancy, I have a question, and then I'll try my best to answer that question. And then just minimize distractions. I encourage you to put cell phones away during this time as a way just to really focus and be engaged with the people you're with. And then most of all, just have fun. It's a super great opportunity for us just to all learn more about what it means to be an athlete leader in today's world and just connect more with each other. So before we get started, does anyone have any questions about athlete leader roles? Awesome. And then we, of course, want to keep our mentors held accountable too. So we encourage our mentors to be attentive, to be prepared if our athletes need help. We encourage our mentors to not speak for our athletes, but give help only if the athletes are needing it. We encourage them to be energetic and positive, and then minimize the distractions as well. And then as your so-called facilitator, I will try to be prepared and teach and try to meet the needs of all athletes. I'm going to challenge participants to try to learn something new, hopefully about themselves or about our awesome organization. I'm going to provide opportunities for you guys to be successful and grow, support, engage in discussion by asking questions, and then treat you all with respect and care. So, wonderful. Next slide here. So, overall, there's three different lessons in this specific athlete leadership module, and this first lesson is just the overview of a Special Olympics. So that's lesson 1. That's the one that we're going to focus on today. So super excited about it. Now we're going to do a fun activity, but real quick, the overview of Special Olympics, what we're going to focus on today is our mission statement. So what that means and what specifically makes Special Olympics unique. So those are the things we're going to be looking to review today. So since it's almost Halloween, we're going to do a fun little activity here. Can you guys see this pumpkin on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm going to actually carve some blank, hopefully some blank lines here to try to do a fill in the blank here. So for those of you who can't see the screen, imagine that I'm carving a pumpkin and it's going to have 7 letters. Seven letters here. Just bear with me. This is much harder than I thought. It's like carving a real pumpkin. Okay. We will make it work. Okay, so let's go around and guess a letter. It's a 7-letter word and it's the thing that we're going to talk about and focus on today. So go ahead and take a guess of a letter.
S.
Oh, good guess. Who guessed S?
Yeah.
Was that Skylar?
Yes.
Good guess. We have 2 S's, so we have blank blank SS blank blank blank. Danny, what did you say?
M.
Oh, yep, we have an M. An M is the first letter there.
Okay.
So now we have M blank SS blank blank blank.
M.
Is there an I in it?
Mission.
There are 2 I's, Rochelle. Good job.
Thank you.
N.
There is an N. Now we're just missing one more letter.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Very good. So what are we going to talk about today?
Mission.
Our mission. Very good. I love it. Awesome job, guys. Way to use that brain of yours. So let me just get back to the screen here, and then we'll continue. So as you guys learn from that activity, we're going to really focus on the mission statement and break it up together. And so we're going to read this mission statement together. I'll start, but if it gets too loud for anyone, feel free to just mute yourselves and then say it aloud in your own space, because we don't want to overwhelm anyone with all of our loud voices. So let's go ahead and get started. So Special Olympics mission statement. It's to provide year-round sports training and athletic competition in a variety. Does anyone want to join me?
Oh. Variety of Olympic. Are we reading with you?
Yes, please read with me. Yes, please read with me. Olympic type sports for children and
adults with intellectual disabilities,
giving them continuing
opportunities
to develop
physical fitness,
demonstrate
courage, experience joy,
and participate
in the sharing of gifts,
skills, and friendship
with their family,
other
Special Olympics athletes,
in the
and community.
Yes, I love it. Good job, everyone. Woohoo. That was awesome reading. Awesome. Okay, so the main reason why we're going to focus on the mission is that a mission statement is really like a roadmap. So it tells us how and where we should be going. And so if you have the tendency of getting lost like I do, you really need to focus on roadmaps, or else you don't really know where you're going to go. So as part of this training, you're going to start to create your own roadmap and really be thinking about what your own personal mission statement is going to look like. So understanding what makes a good mission statement will help you complete that task. So first, let's just break down these mission statements together to really just understand them more. And then when you're out in the community talking about Special Olympics, you're going to really know about your mission, and then you're going to be able to say, oh yeah, our organization provides year-round sports training, and then you're going to be able to actually explain that. So let's go ahead and break down year-round sports training. So I have a question for you all. True or false? We have sports only in summer and winter. True or false?
False.
Very good, everyone. False. That is so correct. Anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me if we have sports available in spring, summer, fall, and winter? True or false?
True.
Very good. I have to tell you, you guys are doing way better than the second group yesterday, because they all thought that was the first one was true. So well done. You guys are already ahead of the game. Can I have one volunteer name a sport that we have in Special Olympics summer games?
Bocce.
Very good, Tom. Thank you.
Single.
Can I have one volunteer name a sport that we have in Special Olympics winter games?
Skiing.
Whoa. You guys said that exact same time. Awesome. Okay.
How about swimming and softball?
Yes, swimming. Swimming is a good one for summer, right?
Yes, and same way with softball also.
True, in summer. Thanks for show.
And also cycling in summer games too.
Oh yeah,
Track and
there's
field.
tons of sports. Tons of sports in summer games, huh? Awesome job, everyone, answering that. So now we're gonna hop on to sports training, meaning it's more than just recreation, and every athlete works to achieve their personal best. So I'm going to choose 2 people to share a time when they were proud of themselves for a sport achievement. So why don't you go ahead and share with us, Tom, when you were really proud of yourself for a sport achievement?
That would have to be last year when me and my sister were playing bocce.
That's awesome. So you were unified partner with your sister?
Yes.
That's great. Awesome answer. Let's see here. Skylar, would you like to share a time that you were proud of yourself?
Yeah, I athlete year
When you were,
2016.
oh, that's amazing. Athlete of the year. That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, congratulations to the both of you for being awesome athletes and working so hard in that. So in order for us to be so competitive and be good at the sports that we train in, it takes a lot of practice. And so that's what sports training is. A lot of people who are outside of our organization don't realize the amount of practice it takes for you all to compete at the level you all do. So that's a pretty big deal that you have to practice so much to get better at these sports that you participate in. So well done to you all.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. So now we're going to talk about athletic competition. And so athletic competition is really just all the different competitions that are offered throughout the year. So, question for you, Danny. Why should Special Olympics offer competition opportunities, do you think?
To get people to get involved.
Exactly. The more competitions we have, the more people we're going to be able to share about our wonderful mission and share the joy of inclusion, right? Awesome,
Yep.
Danny. How about you, Rochelle? Why should we offer competitions?
How about to remain unified?
Yes. You do.
Because to let you know that last year when me, my mom, and my whole team we did swimming unified, and most of our team got gold, and we are very proud of that.
Oh, that's a great answer. Thanks, Rochelle.
Yep.
I have another
Thank
question for you. So why do you think Special Olympics should offer athletic competitions, Rochelle?
It is fun and it is fun, and we learn all different types of sports that we can do.
Very good. I love that answer. Thank you, everyone. You guys are having some great answers today. Alrighty, so the next part of our awesome mission is Olympic type sports. So besides athletes training and competing in Olympic type sports, can you think of other things Special Olympics does that are the same as Olympic Games? Like the regular Olympics that happen throughout every 4 years. What do we do that's just like that? Does anyone know? Mentors, you can help
Play
out.
athletes work.
Sorry, Skylar and Peggy. Can you repeat that?
Play athletes.
Yes, exactly. The parade of athletes. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
How about anyone else?
They have track and field events.
Exactly. They have track and field.
Medals.
Medals. Exactly.
Torch. Closing ceremonies.
Opening and closing ceremonies. Very good. Exactly. There's also a torch run and the lighting of the what? The
cauldron.
Yes, the cauldron. Very good, Tom. You all have to wear certain things to your competitions. What do you have to wear?
Your uniform.
Uniform.
Exactly. You have to wear your uniforms. And so that is just like Olympics. So that's pretty cool that you're able to say that you're part of Olympic organization, because you're only one of 3 organizations in the world that allow that title. So no big deal. So this next one is sometimes confusing for people out in the community because they think that Special Olympics is just for children. But in fact, we provide opportunities for our children and adults with intellectual disabilities. So Special Olympics starts with young athletes. Does anyone happen to know the age of our youngest athlete in Montana? Take a
8
guess.
years.
8.
8. We have a lot of 8. Actually, I believe we have a 2-year-old or at least a 3-year-old in what's called the Young Athletes Program. And so the Young Athletes Program focuses on children who are in either preschool or before kindergarten, and a lot of those teams are community-based. But those children participate who are from 2 to 7. So we have athletes who are as young as 2 to 3 in Special Olympics Montana, which is pretty cool. Can anyone guess how old the oldest athlete is in our organization?
70.
Good guess, Rochelle. He is in his 70s.
Thank you.
That is amazing that there's opportunities for all age levels, all ability levels. And the important thing is when you're talking about Special Olympics and you are talking with people in the community, it's important to know that there's opportunities for children and adults from 2 to however old, so that's pretty amazing.
Nancy,
Yes.
is it on the, I'm just curious now, on the Young Athletes Program, they can participate in that, but they can't compete until they're 8. Is that correct?
So there's like the technical competitions. Correct. You are correct, Penny. So there's a different type of young athletes program that the Special Olympics North America actually puts on, and a lot of it is home-based competition, and it focuses on like social skills and that kind of thing. So correct that there's not going to be any toddlers or anything at the state level competition. So
I just asked because otherwise our athletes may indicate to other family members or classmates or something that younger kids can compete, you know what I mean? And then we're going to have possibly have the schools and stuff contacting us wanting us to let their children join the teams and compete before 8. Does that make sense?
Yes. So there are technical like young athlete teams in schools, but they just don't participate in like our state level competition. So you are correct.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, because otherwise, like I said, I'll be getting all kinds of phone calls from the school asking if these other younger kids can join, and I'll just have to make sure that they know that is for that they can do the young athletes thing, but they can't compete with this level. Okay. I just want to make sure I have that it might not have changed. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. No, thank you. Great clarification. Good question. Good question.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Okay. So part of our mission is that we provide year-round sports training and athletic competitions of Olympic type sports for children and adults with intellectual disabilities. Would anyone want to take a stab on how would you define someone with an intellectual disability? Mentors can help out if they would like.
How about a person in a wheelchair?
Okay, thanks, Rochelle.
You're welcome.
Sometimes there's some physical limitations, right?
Right.
And the cool thing about our organization is we have opportunities for all ability levels. So if an individual is in a wheelchair, we have the motorized activity program, and they're still able to participate. Would anyone else like to share something?
I have a question for you. I do know that for track and field, they do wheelchair races.
Yes, they
Does
do.
that work?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's a good example. That just kind of goes in that we provide opportunities for individuals with all ability levels.
Right.
Thanks, Rochelle.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so people with intellectual disabilities just learn differently, but does that mean that people with intellectual disability do not learn or cannot learn? Absolutely not. And so by providing you guys with an opportunity to participate in sports competition, you can really change the world in the way that people think and view individuals with intellectual disabilities. So, next part of this awesome mission statement is to develop physical fitness. So, why is physical fitness important? Who would like to answer that? Danny, go ahead. I saw your microphone turn green first.
So you don't pull a muscle during competition?
Exactly. So you have to practice, right, in order to get that muscle strength and practice to make sure that you don't pull anything during competition. That's great, Danny. I love that answer. Let's see, Tyler.
Healthy?
Yes, to get healthy.
Yeah.
So how can you get healthy by doing physical fitness?
Yeah,
Skylar? Work out, exactly.
What
are some of the workouts you like to do?
How about drinking a lot of water if we're out there in the heat, if you're doing all different kind of sports for outside part?
That's very true, Rochelle. You definitely have to drink water when you're doing physical fitness to stay hydrated, because that actually helps restore your body and keeps you healthy so you're able to participate, right? Exactly. Right. Now, Tom, were you going to share something?
Just to be active. Physical fitness and mental fitness work well together, and they complement each other.
That is very true. Yep, and that actually kind of was a point that I was going to make. So I know when I'm worried or stressed out about something, even if I just go out for a walk and get some fresh air, that really helps my mental health. And so that's part of, that's definitely a benefit of physical fitness, is getting active, because it helps you work out stress and it helps you not worry so much, because your physical health is related to your mental health. So thanks for bringing that up, Tom and Dick. Good job. Yeah. So let's see. Next one is my favorite question to ask. But first can anyone share with me the athlete oath?
Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Exactly, Tom. Exactly. So our athlete oath is definitely connected to our mission statement. It's just amazing what you all just experience in life and how much you teach us. And so this next part is demonstrate courage. I always get super excited to hear from you all about these examples in your life. So we're each going to take a turn and share an example of when you have demonstrated courage in your life. It does not have to be Special Olympics related. For instance, one of the athletes on Monday night said that he needed courage to ride a roller coaster. So it literally can be about anything. Who would like to go first? And to repeat the question, what is an example of when you have demonstrated courage in your life?
How about unified swimming? Because that gave me a lot of courage for doing that also. It gave me good learning experience.
That's a good example, Rochelle. Thank you. Thanks for being the first
You're
one.
welcome.
And then it looked like Skylar's microphone turned green.
I'm back on. I'm talking to my mom. What? I had courage. I got in surgery.
Oh my goodness, yes, you would need to have a lot of courage for surgery.
Yep.
That's a great example too, Skylar.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
For me, it's the dentist office.
Oh, Danny, that's such a good.
I don't like the dentist.
That's such a good example too. Yeah, so you really need to you need to be brave in the attempt of going to the dentist, right? Because that's not one of your favorite places. Yeah. That's a good example. Thanks, Danny. How about Tom?
That part.
Helping my sister in and out of her chair.
Yeah,
Sister is in a wheelchair.
Yeah, so that definitely demonstrates courage too, because you have to be strong enough to be able to help her, right?
Yep.
I love that example. Now, do any mentors want to share in a time that they had to demonstrate courage?
Yes. Taking the initiative to ask someone if they need help. Even sometimes you feel embarrassed to do it, but you should ask. You can't hurt anybody by asking them if you can help them.
That is very true. I love that, Nick. Thank you so much. Yep, it's always important to remember that not anyone knows all the answers, so it's always good to ask questions if you don't ask questions, and then also ask for help. Does another mentor have an example they want to share for the group of when they had to demonstrate courage?
Nancy, I'll say when I started coaching, well, it's been 22 years ago now, but I would say that at that time it took courage to decide to coach. So that would have been my example.
Yes, I love that example, Peggy. Thank you. Terry, it looks like Terry and Danny.
Mine is I had to get some teeth pulled and I didn't want to get them pulled. So I had to get a lot of courage to go and get it done.
Most definitely. You would definitely need to have courage to do that.
Very good.
It sounds like you and Skylar have had some surgeries, so you both had to have courage to get through those. Well done.
I was going to share that Ellen goes and gets blood drawn regularly, and that's very scary for her. She has to be very brave to do that. And for me, I have to be brave when she goes off and tries something new or goes out of town with a Special Olympics group, or like when she went off to Washington, to just let her go and go do that.
Oh yeah, definitely. You have to demonstrate courage to let your daughter be independent and make, not worry so much about her.
That's sweet.
That is. Awesome examples, everyone. I appreciate them. That was great. Susanna, do you want to share a time with everyone about when you've demonstrated courage in your life?
Yeah. Let me think. Yeah, probably when I went to basic military training and was away from my family for the first time for a few months and had to really kind of lean on myself for support, and that definitely took a lot of courage, but it's done now, thankfully.
Woohoo, go Susanna. Awesome example. Thank you. Yeah, so as you can see and hear, we all have had things in our life that we've definitely had to just stick with and get through. And so being bold and courageous and just taking that step just to get through tough situations is just so important. And so during this COVID time, just remember our mission statement, remember our athlete oath, and remember that you guys have an awesome support group here with different athletes all across the state. So along with your mentors. So just know you're not alone. and you have to get through life one day at a time. So this next part is a fun one as well. So it's to experience joy. So can I have two volunteers share with me something about Special Olympics that is fun and that has brought you joy? Tom?
Hanging out with my sister.
That's awesome. That's a great example.
Meeting people with friends and coaches.
Yes, so those are great opportunities to experience joy, meeting new friends, spending time with family while doing Special Olympics. There's so many different ways that Special Olympics brings joy to others. I know, for instance, I love to watch competitions. I love to see the parade of athletes at opening ceremony. I've actually never attended a state summer games yet, but I'm so looking forward to that. Yeah, it's just so fun to experience joy and see life through all of your eyes. Skylar, do you want to share something?
Yeah, circle honors.
You
Like do circle honors. The torch circle honor.
Yeah, the torch circle of honor.
Yeah.
That's a great example of when you've experienced joy. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're
Good
welcome.
Good question on that one, because that is very joy too for me. When I was at an event of the year back in '99, when I lit the corn, and that gave me a lot of courage and joy for me also.
Awesome, Rochelle. Thank you so much for that. That's great. Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you guys have so much to share, and we have so much to learn from you all, and so that's why it's so important for everyone just to learn more of this athlete mission statement and just our mission statement in general, so we can get more and more people involved, because don't we want to share the joy of Special Olympics and share your joy with others, so people cannot be lonely and they can compete and have fun and meet friends and do all these wonderful things. So on to the next one. You all are doing a great job with this, so I really appreciate all your feedback and thoughtful answers here. This is awesome. Okay, so this next part, sharing of gifts, skills, and friendship with their families. So how do you think Special Olympics helps athletes share gifts, skills, and friendship with their family?
Spending time together. Inclusion.
And very good. Dorman, very good. Exactly, spending time together, inclusion. Does anyone else have any answers? How do you think Special Olympics helps athletes share gifts, skills, and friendships with their family? And we'll open it up. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
When they invite their families to the games and to the competitions and their friends.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good addition, Kathy. Invite their friends too, right? Exactly. So then everyone is able to just share in the gifts and the talents and just gain that community by being involved. Awesome.
Yeah, and I think really being able to show your family to all the hard work that you've been putting in, and then you get your time to shine and they can see how much has really gone into all your training.
And how much fun it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I love it. Yeah, so when you design your own mission statement later on, it helps to remember what's important to you about Special Olympics. So remember what's important to you about this mission statement, about what you've learned through all the years that you've participated in. So if you enjoy physical fitness, maybe you want to become a health messenger at some point. If you enjoy sports competition, maybe you want to help out in your local area and help plan events. So there's really cool opportunities that are going to continue to be kind of just launched as we dive deeper into this new athlete leadership curriculum. So it's super exciting stuff. And Yeah. So this next part, we're going to talk about what makes Special Olympics unique. And that'll also help you think about how and in what ways you want to support our movement going forward. So, who would like to read number 1? 1 and 2. We'll break it up. Someone can read 1 and 2, please, if anyone wants to. We can also have mentors read 2 if they would want to hop in and participate as well. So
I'll go ahead and read them.
sorry, Danny.
I'll go ahead and read.
Yeah, go ahead.
Someone else? Okay. Special Olympics provides a variety of sports opportunities for all ability levels. And number 2 was for competitions. Special Olympics groups athletes by ability through a process called divisioning.
Exactly. Awesome. Thanks, Kathy. And then anyone want to take away 3 and 4 for us? They can see the screen.
Awards are provided to all participants who compete. Special Olympics does not change or charge a fee to athletes or their families to train or compete.
Awesome reading. Awesome. I love it. Yes,
Thank
exactly.
you.
So this is what really makes Special Olympics unique. These 4 different just options that we're able to provide, and we're super thankful that we're able to provide these opportunities for our athletes. So we pride ourselves on trying to provide equitable competition, and so it's great that there's competitive divisions at state and area competitions, that we provide opportunities for all ability levels, and that we don't charge our athletes to participate in just the general games, because you all do a great job fundraising and make it possible for you to participate in those games. So yeah. And then we're gonna go on to some global 2019 data. So global data, all the information that was gathered from Special Olympics International through a census. So Special Olympics actually has a census that's much like the census that we have to fill out, about location and how many people live in your household, yada yada. So there's actually one of those for Special Olympics Montana, and then all the other programs across the whole entire world. So where I'm getting at is that Special Olympics is much larger than just Special Olympics Montana. You all are a part of a much larger global movement. And so I just am going to go through some random facts and figures with you, and I would love for you all just to shout out random numbers with me, and then we'll go through this together. Yeah, so can anyone take a guess on how many different states and countries have Special Olympics programs across the whole entire world? So you can go ahead and guess any number. There's no wrong answers here. We're all going to learn about this together.
It must be a lot.
Exactly, Rochelle.
70.
Sorry, Tom?
70.
70? Okay, we have a 70. Anyone else?
All 50 states.
All 50 states, all righty. How about you, Danny?
100.
100. Alrighty, we're getting a little bit closer there. It's actually higher. There's actually 216 states and countries across the world that have Special Olympics programming. 216.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's insane. Mm-hmm. This next
Can
one
I ask that question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry about that. Tonight, I've been watching TV a lot, and I've been watching Home Makeover, and also the World Games too, and they do sponsor a lot of other places with Special Olympics.
That's awesome, Rochelle. Yeah,
And
it's
that's
cool
when
that
I
things.
saw Timothy Shriver on there too.
Oh yeah, Timothy Shriver. Love it.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's a great public speaker. Oh, he's so great.
He is.
Okay, so on to number 2. We're gonna all take guesses on this one. So how many millions of athletes do you think that we have across the world?
It must be a lot.
10,000.
Exactly.
100.
Sorry, Tom, what did you say?
10,000.
10,000 million. Okay. Kathy, what did you say?
100 million.
100 million. Well, hopefully one day we'll get to those figures, guys, but for now we have 5.7 million, which is still
Holy
in a
cow.
crazy amount of athletes. Yeah. 5.7 million. And then we have about 500,000 young athletes, which is pretty exciting.
That's cool.
Yeah. So those are just the little ones, just the 2 to 7 age. Like, that's pretty impressive that there's that many young athletes across the world. I know Special Olympics Montana is working to grow some of those young athletes programs up again, so that's exciting. But over the world, we have so many different competitions annually too. So would anyone like to take a guess on how many competitions we have throughout the year? In just 1 year.
50.
50,
Cool.
alrighty.
80.
Is it?
80, okay. Those are some good guesses. We actually have, sorry.
I was saying, is this among all the states and countries?
Yes, among all the states and countries.
800.
800. So there's actually 100,000 competitions annually.
Wow.
Holy cow.
I know, that's pretty amazing.
Wow.
This next one tugs on my heartstrings because it's a large part of my job. And now that I get to work with athlete leaders more, aka you all, you're going to be part of this statistic next year. So that's amazing. But take a guess how many athlete leaders we have across the world. Just take a guess. It's a crazy amount.
2
500
million.
Okay, sorry, Danny, repeat that.
2 million.
2 million. Okay. Rochelle, repeat your answer.
About 500 million.
500. Okay, so we actually have 100,000. Sorry, wrong figure. We have 50,000 athlete leaders.
Hmm.
I know.
Wow.
So the fact that Special Olympics International is trying to reestablish their athlete leadership program and make it more of a unified approach, I think this number will only increase. So that's super exciting because that's what we need to focus on, is to provide you guys the opportunities to share about the way that you want the movement to be taken. It shouldn't be about what we want, but it should be about what the athletes and athlete leaders want. So and then just the last one, we have about almost 100,000 youth leaders across the world too. So those youth leaders are any leaders under the age of 18 that have leadership positions, like in the youth activity committee at school or something like that. So
Wow.
yeah, so
Wow.
just
And thank
some
you
of
for
those,
doing that.
of course, it just goes to show you that it's such a global movement, and you all are a very small but essential piece in this movement, and you're definitely not alone, because look at all those other athletes all across the world that are participating and competing in our mission. So and that leads us to our wrap up reflection question. We have 4 questions, And I'm going to ask on some volunteers to read these questions and then just say that it was so great spending time with you today. Great seeing faces, great to get your awesome, thoughtful feedback, and just get everyone engaged, even if it's virtually. So please come prepared to answer one of these questions before our next training. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up 3 different additional training opportunities for the week of November 9th through the 13th before I have a new baby, because we want to get these trainings in before the holidays and I go on leave and everything. So be prepared for an invitation coming out next week to share more about those training dates for the week of November 9th and 13th. So what I'll need from you all is to be prepared to answer one of these questions for your homework before the next meeting. Alrighty?
Alrighty.
Sweet. Okay, go ahead, Tom. Do you want to read this first question on top left?
Just a minute. Dad, go ahead. Okay, let's see. Is this,
What value?
Okay, what I've got here in front of me is what is one goal of our A1C should have? Is that part of it? Or should it?
That's actually another sheet. So you're just ahead of the game. That's totally fine.
One of the coming up with 3 questions or topics that we think should be discussed next meeting, is that part of it?
That's actually this. So that was actually the first meeting's homework. So so now we're just focusing on the second homework. But
Okay.
I guess if you can't see the screen, Dick, then it would be hard for you to read it.
Just repeat the question to me, please.
Oh yeah, of course. It's what value do you bring as an individual to your community or program? So it should be in the little printout that I sent out last week, and you should have gotten it over the weekend or the beginning of the week.
We still haven't.
It's on page 2.
Oh, thanks, Terry.
We did not receive ours yet.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Sorry about that then.
That's all right.
Alrighty, so who would like to read the top question, left-hand corner?
I can.
Okay, go ahead.
What value do you bring as an individual to your community or program?
Awesome. Thanks, Danny. Yeah, so that's one of the question options. You can come prepared to share at the next meeting. We just want to encourage that open thinking and reflection when you're not on these trainings, to think about, okay, what can I bring to the community or program? What about this next question on the top right there?
Is it this one?
This one? What area of specifics interests you as an athlete reader?
Awesome. Thanks, Skylar.
Yep.
Alrighty, what about the next question?
Let somebody else do that.
How does Special Olympics impact your community?
Great reading too. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And then the last question, would anyone like to read that? Mentors can read too. Or Susanna.
What have you gained from participating in Special Olympics?
Wonderful. Thanks. Thanks, Terry. Yeah, so those are just kind of reflection questions for you guys to think about. Take some time to really just dive in and process those questions, and be prepared to come back to one of the meetings the week of November 9th through the 13th with answers to one of those questions. So awesome. without further ado, that kind of just everything's kind of wrapped up for lesson 1. I hope you all were able to learn a little bit today and just have some fun together. And yeah, so stay tuned for the next part of the athlete leadership training, which will be in 2 weeks already. So yeah, does anyone have any questions or any?
Nancy, it's Peggy. I just wanted to thank you. I wondered how this would work virtually, but you have made it totally great. So I think Skylar's gotten a lot out of it sitting here listening, and I've taken notes for him so we can review it later. And I think you've just done an amazing job and made it very interesting. And I don't know how it could be any better. So I just want to thank you so much for that, because like I said, I wondered virtually how it would work, and I think it's been excellent. I've enjoyed meeting and listening to the other people, as has Skylar. And so I just wanted to thank you that your time was well worth it for us to spend this time together. So we've learned a lot, and that like I said, we've enjoyed getting to know you better and the other ones that have been on here with us. So thank you all very much.
Thanks, Nancy.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Peggy. That means a lot, and I appreciate you being here. And thank you, mentors, and thank you, athletes, for this time together. I'm looking forward to more time with you all here soon. And yeah, you all rock, and I hope you have a happy Halloween.
You too.
You
Bye,
too.
everybody.
Thank you, Nancy.
Yes, thank you. And
Good
Kathy,
luck,
be sure
Nancy,
to
with
tell.
your pregnancy. I hope everything turns out well.
Yes.
Oh,
Congratulations.
thank you. Thank you. I have a month to go.
Bye,
So
guys.
bye, everyone. And then
Bye.
Kathy, make sure you tell Ellen that we missed her today, but we'll try to schedule a time that she's able to come to the next training.
Yeah, I thought, I guess the window was 12 to 2, so she usually gets home like about 1:20. So
Yes. Oh no. Well, that's good. That's good to know. So it literally just missed her by a few minutes. And the thing
yeah,
is,
she'll probably get home as soon as we turn off.
the thing is, I never know how long the meetings will go, and so I always just make them a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Just to try to prepare people. But tell her that I'm really sorry, and we'll try to plan around her work schedule the week of the 9th through the 13th. So.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this.
Yes, of course. Have a great day, everyone.
You too. You too.
This conference will now be recorded.
That's fun. Yeah.